Well, welcome to Wednesday, folks. Hopefully everything works this time tonight. Picking around, playing with videos. I got a little bit up there for you to watch tonight. Not as much as last time, but I got a little bit. Anyhow, playing around with stuff. Hopefully we got this all figured out. Hopefully all the videos play. I just had some trouble. I got the camera thing not freezing up for the time being. And hopefully the video stuff. So I just keep playing with it and trying to make it better, but it is what it is. I'm not a computer guy. Those who know me know I'm not a computer guy, so we just try to do the best we can here. Trying to play with two computers at the same time. But anyhow, this past weekend, there's Luray, Virginia, was the East Coast Pullers event. We'll start off with that. There was a couple other events that went on. I don't know all of them. One that sticks out in my mind because I was talking to the guys on Facebook back and forth about things. So it was a really cool event, a little far away. Nothing that I would be able to pop along and just kind of hit it on the Sunday that they had it. But it was a pretty cool event. I'm not sure exactly when they do it. I'm trying to get more information on it. But it seems like a good place if you're in that area. I mean, you're Western PA, Ohio. It's basically I guess it's that little tip of West Virginia that comes up between Ohio and PA. But we'll get to that. Anyhow, Luray, Virginia was the East Coast Pullers event because I'm part of it. Of course, I'm covering a lot of that because that's the biggest thing that we have in the East Coast. So, part of the Pro Pulling League series, which is awesome series. Be nice to get the Pro Pulling League people, if you want to say that, out there in Indiana to put some of the more regional groups on the map. I know they focus on their own national or I don't know. I guess you can call it their national stuff. Their bigger stuff is what they focus on, where it's like their main events. And I understand why they do it, but on their website, it'd be nice to include the other smaller, I don't know if you want to call them smaller or not, but your regional stuff. I think there's like Ohio, there's a couple other ones. I don't know them all off the top of my head. But it would be nice to get them just to give that recognition out there a little more where, we're part of PPL, we're paying the PPL, so a little bit of recognition on the big screen, so to say, would be nice, not just for the pullers, but for the organizations that do it. Like I said, there is many of them that do it. I know down there in North Carolina, Logan Thomas, his pulls, he got hooked up with PPL with some of his pulls, and it'd just be nice to give those promoters more. I don't want to call it publicity. I don't want to make it sound bad, like, saying that, oh yeah, we want to be on the the big front page news, National Enquirer, if that, but just stuff where to get it out, to get the promoters out there a little bit. I mean, they're putting their time, their efforts, and everything into it. And I would, even the pullers, like I said, we're paying PPL to run PPL, so it would be nice just to put everything in one big pot. It doesn't have to be on the front page of that, but I never noticed on the website anything. Now, if anybody knows, correct me if I'm wrong, if there's anything on the website that I'm missing that shows the regional stuff. But, like I said, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But I haven't found anything yet. I haven't seen it. So it'd just be nice to have like a little box on there to be like, it's like, all right, here's the Pro Pulling League stuff that's out west, the big stuff, that their main picture they want on their webpage, but then just have a small box and just put like the Outcast or something, anything. I mean, we'll take whatever we could get, but I mean, just for the promoters put so much into it, and I'm going to get to that over this weekend of what I've seen in Luray this past weekend of stuff where, since I'm hitting every event, I get to see more and more of what East Coast puts on and the things that they do and certain circumstances that come up that aren't expected and the way they take care of the stuff. And it's a really, it's not just, I don't know, I've been stumbling on my words here, but I'm just going to use them as the example just because of what they do and what I've seen. Probably many other places do it. I mean, there are other promoters that do that kind of stuff that step their game up to do these things, but I'm just putting it out there that the East Coast Series is known out here. East Coast Pullers LLC is known. I join with them. Many other people are joined with them. Good group, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face. But nobody gets to see a lot of the behind-the-scenes stuff. They don't know about it because it's never really been publicized. Well, hopefully I'm here to do that, to put it out there to let people know, hey, the East Coast isn't dead for pulling. I mean, there's PPL up north, too, up in New York. We're going to get to that, too, where there's some of the stuff is popping up there in I guess snow country. I mean, I'm surprised they have a season up there for pulling, but they do. So, like I said, we're going to get into that, but we're going to touch base on Luray, do my usual. Like I said, I'm still working on having guests on. I'm just trying to give guys their room. Most of my guests I know more or less personally, to where they're busy getting their stuff put together. I mean, beginning of the season, some guys are having problems, some aren't, but they're just, everything's tight. I'm tight. I got stuff to do in the truck before this weekend. I don't even know why I'm sitting here, but I'm sitting here, so we're going to roll with it. I kind of have an obligation to fill on Wednesday for all three of my paid fans out there. I'll send the checks out. I'm sorry I'm a little bit late, but anyhow, just kidding. But, I wouldn't say obligated, but, if somebody expects me to be on, I'm gonna come on here and just basically recap the stuff. And if I don't, then I'm going to get backed up. I contemplated doing a show today, but then I'm like, all right, well, then I got to try to fit all this in. Then it's old news, and it's like, this is not going to work. We got to do it. So, all right, getting to Luray, Virginia. Before I get into the results, and I got the points printed out to everybody's point standings as of this far, which are only a couple polls in, but we are into the points thing. So, Luray is awesome. This is my own personal thing, all pulling aside. Going down to Luray, Virginia is cool as hell. I didn't get a chance to go to a particular store because I was too lazy to unhook the truck from the trailer. But I really wanted to go, and later found out that one of the guys down there, part of the volunteer fire company that puts this event on, was going to let me and Ray take his truck to go to town. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. I mean, he was going to hand over the keys and go. If I knew that earlier, we would have went. But anyway, if anybody's familiar with the Dukes of Hazzard, Cooter's store is like 2 miles down the road on Route 211 down there outside of Luray, or within Luray, I should say. Well, that was a little thing I missed, but that was down there, one of the things I wanted to do. But that's cool to have down there. Now, the beautiful part of Luray, number one, peace and quiet, cool temperatures. And when you're at this track, at this facility, this fairground facility, all around you circling, and I screwed up. I meant to get a certain photo, and I forgot to get it, so I'll describe it as best I can. But you're in the center of the Blue Ridge Mountains. There is mountain range right around the whole. I mean, the scenery is phenomenal. It is something that you can't replace. I mean, you're there for a truck and tractor pull, number one, and even Friday night for the local stuff. I was there to check that out just for the heck of it. I was going up anyway. The longer trips I usually go the night before. So you got just the scenery. It is absolutely beautiful. The people, it's a pretty church-oriented kind of an area. And I mean, people are very humble, very decent. If you ask for something, track-related or whatever, I mean, good example, I got the living quarters in the front of the trailer. Well, instead of running the generator, it's nice to plug in, but most places you can't plug in. So I asked them, I was parked on the one side during the event on Friday night, their local event. I asked the guys, I said, do you mind if I come over there? Because Ray Kaufman, the sled operator for Richard Love and the Decision Maker pulling sleds, he was over there, and we were going to hang out, have burgers, this and that, whatever, just kind of, shoot the poop. I'll say it nicely. But, and I'm like, all right, can I pull over there so we can hang out, get the grill out? Do you mind if I park over there? I'll move in the morning. The guy's like, oh, no, you got a camper? I said, yeah, a little thing in the front. He's like, he told me there's plug-in things. I'm like, really? Oh, so he told me just park over there, plug in, do whatever you got to do. I mean, it was just cool as anything. Just, like I said, if you need something, you ask them, they'll make it happen. I mean, what a group. That Luray, I don't know if they're volunteer or not. I should have looked that up so I had a little information, but I don't. But the Luray Fire Department down there, the guys that put it on, the guys, the girls, wives, children, everybody down there, I mean, they're all working. They all put it together, and they're just nonstop. It's amazing. It's not taking it away from any other event. But 2 years ago, I went to Luray. Last year, I missed it, and from what everybody tells me, it's a good thing because they got wet. So I didn't miss much. But I shouldn't say much, but I didn't get wet. Luray is just, it's amazing. It's one of them places that you need to go to, watch how these guys do it. Now, I'm not saying they're perfect with the track. I'm not saying they're perfect with the execution of the whole entire pull. But the way that they stick together and make stuff happen, they don't give up. It blows my mind. It is a wonderful place to go. If you ever get a chance to get down there, go down there. The grandstands are cool. I meant to put a picture up, and I totally forgot, worried about this video crap. So it is just an awesome, awesome place to be. The event was excellent. I mean, we had 5 classes, and we're going to get there. But we had 5 classes from the East Coast went down there. That's a phenomenal show. I mean, heck, can we make it 6 or 7? I mean, let's just blow the day out. I mean, it would be crazy if that was to happen. But I mean, 5 is a good show. I mean, you put 5 classes in. I mean, that's squeezing the time because you don't know what's going to happen in the middle of those classes. I mean, we started a little bit late. And I'll jump into this right now just to get it done and over with. The track on Friday night was a little bit wet. It was good, but it was wet in spots just because of the rain. So they're like, okay, they got to adjust to that. So Saturday, they got the track opened up. They started their work in the morning. Got everything tilled up, got water on it and everything. The sun just came out and baked. I mean, it wasn't a bad hot day, but that sun just was beating on that track. And we started earlier. We started around 4 p.m. And, excuse me, dying over here. Anyhow, gotta quit smoking. But it sun-baked that track, horribly sun-baked that track. And it just got real dry, real hard. There was nothing there. And diving into the East Coast thing where, Dave Moore's on the track. He watches everything. He's on top of everything. As soon as that event kicks off, he's on it. And, I mean, he's down there at the start line just watching every single thing that happens. And the track just wasn't where it needed to be or where he felt it needed to be. So we started a little bit late, but he did what he could in a matter of time. Like, we really wanted, a lot of us were saying it's like, it needs a little bit more water. And Dave's like, yeah, it does, but we can't push it any further or else we're going to run too late. We got to get as much in it as we can in this time frame, and we got to work with what we got. And he did everything he could in just, I mean, I'm talking minimal time. Absolutely minimal time, fit in what he could without going overboard. And the track, I mean, it was hard. It did harden up. It was hard to get it back to soft without putting a lot of water in it. But then our start time would have been probably hour and a half, 2 hours late. So, I mean, he got it better. Wasn't perfect, but he got it better. We were all able to run on it, no issues. I don't think there was any breakage that I recall. I had to look back, but I don't remember any carnage, nothing. I mean, wasn't the, I don't know if this is a word, the bitiest track, if you want to call it that. But it was just, it wasn't much of like a power track. You could find the traction, but you'd lose it when you really start to put that power down. And but it was still a good track. I mean, it was decent, not the best in the world, but it was decent for what we had to work with. And that last minute, just trying to get the thing better when that sun just killed it. I mean, it didn't take long for it. I mean, as soon as they put water on it, that sun was trying to take it back off as fast as you could put it on. But it wasn't a hot day. I don't get it, but it worked out. I mean, but the efforts that they put into it to make it what it is in that short period of time was awesome. Absolutely awesome. I mean, Dave will listen to what we say. Not saying he's going to go with it. I mean, we wanted more water, but he just couldn't do it. We understand that. So, I mean, he would take it in and figure it out. He's asking some of the guys what they think to say. I mean, just to get an opinion, it's not that it's his show. Like, oh, yeah, I run it, I'm going to make – I mean, he makes the final word, but he's not sitting there just making his decisions and then piss on everybody else. Your opinion doesn't matter. He listens to everybody. He gives you the time you need. Even me, where, I mean, hell, I consider myself where my word don't hold no water, no nothing. I could talk to the man. Whether he listens to me or not, I don't know. I mean, that's up to him. But, I could still talk to him. And that's just that speaks volumes in how to run the organization. I mean, how to run the East Coast Pullers. He knows what he's doing. I mean, he's been pulling since 1975. His kids are pulling. And we're going to get to their little good weekend here shortly. But so I mean, he's got the background, he's got the knowledge, but he doesn't forget. He never forgets because he is a puller. He never forgets about the pullers. Never forgets about their, I wouldn't say wants or needs, but their concerns and their opinions do make a difference in this organization. And that's what makes this, the East Coast Pullers phenomenal in this area. I mean, you get a lot of places, they listen to you, or I wouldn't say listen to you, they hear you, but I'm not so sure they listen. But if Dave asks somebody something or you talk to him, he listens to it. Not saying he's going to act on it right away or act on it at all. But everything goes into a bucket, and at some point during that season, it comes out. And it's just, I don't know how to really describe it, and I could go on with this for hours, but this weekend really shined a lot of light, and it showed, I mean, there was a couple other things, I can gripe about some things, but, But, I mean, I could always find something. I could find something wrong in anything. I mean, it's just, I could pick anything apart. It's just how I am. But the good overweighs the bad in this organization, in this group. I mean, the people are great. Have no issues with the people. It's just, it is cool as hell. I mean, if you ever get a chance, and like I said, we're going to get to everything after my rambling session here. If you ever get a chance to go to an East Coast Polars event, go check it out. Talk to the guys. I mean, you know, if you got a pulling vehicle that you think you can fit in there, I mean, Christ, I don't really fit in there, but I'm there. You know, but you got to have the safety stuff. I'm going to tell you right now. If you think you're going to pull with East Coast and have like your brush pull safety stuff, I ain't going to cut it. You need to have your stuff working. It's got to be right. Read the book before you show up, if you ever show up. But talk to them, feel them out, you know, see how this stuff's going. And I said it's really, it's a good organization to be with. It's professional, but at a hometown level. It's not commercialized professional. I'm at a loss of words for how I want to describe it. I'm not a thesaurus by no means. But it's just, it's a professional atmosphere, but it's still a good time. It's not professional where it's, you know, so uptight. Yeah, and I won't say what I want to say here, but it's not commercialized. We'll put it that way. It's not your NASCAR where it's bigger than what you can imagine or what you can touch. You know, it's all within grasp at a pro level, and it's really cool. I mean, that's probably enough of that. People are probably already kicking off. Let's see how many I got. Oh, record of 7. Woo! We're doing good tonight. But anyway, let's jump into the results of this event. Let me get some wind juice here. I'm still waiting for that sponsor, Bud Light. Come on. I put you out there almost every week. But anyway, if I could read with this microphone in my face, I need to get a different one. Let's lower it down a little bit. Squat. Turn into a bobblehead like I usually do in this video. But anyhow, the results for the weekend down in Luray, Virginia. We'll start off with the East Coast Diesel-sponsored Pro Stock Diesel 4-wheel drive class. In 6th place, there were 6 competitors total. 6th place, we have Mr. Chris Mast with the Skeeter-controlled Dodge coming in at 306.71 feet. 5th place, Carl Ankowitz with Living on the Edge Dodge, 310.29 feet. 4th place, I'm going to hack this poor guy's name, as I always do. Chris, I don't even know how to begin this. He's from Hampton, New Jersey. It's like Stas. I don't even know how to begin. It's STASYSHYN. Chris, I'm sorry I can't say your last name. I really don't want to hack the crap out of it and make it worse. But anyhow, he had a Dodge Cummins. He's not running in the points. He just showed up. 323.22 feet was his distance. Coming in third was Mr. Norman Newswanger. Yes, he got third this week. Yes, I was kind of wondering what was going to happen here, and he's still hanging in there, though, but now things just changed up. We'll get into that. But anyhow, Mr. Norman Newswanger with the Chapter 11 Ford with the Cummins motor in it. Third place at 329.09 feet. Second place came James Barter with Barter Turbo Service. Ford with a Cummins in it at 331.17. And coming in first place, taking the win, Mr. Andrew Grove with the Bad Timing Dodge at 333.14 feet. So that mixes it up a little bit. Andrew's been coming kind of runner-up here for a little while, and now he's got that first place, and then Norman was first and first. Now Norman dropped to third, so now there's a little bit of a gap in points there. There's a 4-point difference right there between the two. Andrew gained some, and Norman, I wouldn't say lost it, but didn't gain any at that point. And James Barter kind of stuck his nose in the middle right there. So now we got something to watch. It's getting a little, that diesel class, it's starting to go a little back and forth now, so this might be a pretty exciting season with them. Well, jumping into the mod tractor class, I got to flip my sheets here. First place, again, Mr. Len Brookhart with the Radial Reactor at 293.05. He brings home first place. Second place was Mr. Jason McKenzie with the Never Satisfied Tractor at 276.32. Third place, Miss Courtney Robinson with the Phony Farmer, 269.39. She had a real good smooth run. You know, awesome job to her bringing that third place there. Fourth place, Mr. Phil Jones with the Attitude Adjuster at 256.49 feet. Fifth place, Tim Robinson with the Phony Express at 255.51. Sixth place, Dave DeCow, I can never say that man's name. I'm going to ask him next time. I keep forgetting. With the Double Vision Twin Allison Motor Tractor at 234.83. Seventh place, John P. Foley with the Magic Touch. Came in at 232.73. Not a points runner, but he came just to join the party. Actually, a very nice, smooth, straight, no BS pull. He just put it down, and he just went. I mean, didn't pull off first place, but smooth pull, no issues. And that tractor just put it down. Actually, I think it was a naturally aspirated tractor. Two 460 Ford motors on it. And then eighth place, Mr. Randy Davis with Running Bear at 230.37. He had some issues, and tough luck on him, but I was really looking forward to that tractor really zipping down the track, and something just wasn't right with it, and he went as far and just kind of, think that was it, and he's like, I'm good, take it back home, figure it out. So that's it for the mods. Now I go to Super Stock Pro Stock, start at the bottom on this one. We had 8 tractors total. In eighth place, Mr. Randy Bricker with the Red Bull came in at 247.40, not a points runner. Seventh place with Ed Ammons with the Redline Harvester at 277.67. Sixth place was Kevin Windsor with the 6-shooter at 285.11 feet. Fifth place, Mr. Tommy Bedger with the Patriot, 291.70. He's also not running points. He's just kind of playing this season. Fourth place, Robert Martin with John Deere Green at 298.92. Third place, Robert Martin, that darn deer, 301.29. Now, of course, everybody's probably wondering, did the Moores run their tractors? Yeah, we're getting there. For second place, we got Tara Moore with More Agitation at 306.21. And bringing home the win, first place, Davey Moore with One More Deer, 311.59. I tell you, the Moore tractors are putting in so far early season, and I don't want to jinx them, but early season they are really becoming a force to reckon with. There, it's they're putting some stuff down so far this year it's pretty amazing. I mean, Tara's having awesome runs. Davey's having awesome runs. They're making power, but they're able to put it to the ground. They're really hitting their setups, and I mean they're kicking some serious butt at the moment. So we'll see. Hopefully they can keep it up, but we'll see. It's still early. Anything can happen. I mean, I was watching Tommy going down there. Tommy makes good power with that alcohol tractor, and I think Kevin Windsor did the same thing. And they both went. That track just didn't have that. It wasn't that power track, didn't have that grip. And Tommy and both Kevin, I didn't get to see Kevin's pull that good, but I knew Tommy's pull. I mean, he ran good, had good tire speed, everything else on it. But when it came down to the end, I think he just overpowered that track. I mean, it just sat there, never hesitated, just blew him off, and that was the end of it. He just sat there. So something's popping up here. But all in all, still, I mean, great event. Stuff came out of the woodwork. I mean, this next class here, when stuff came out of the woodwork, it was a really decent turnout for the four-wheel drive mod trucks. They popped up. I mean, there could have been more. I know there's more trucks down in that area, but they were just trucks popping up all over the place. In this class, it was 17 total entered this class, made for an awesome class, except for my crappy run where I got DQ'd because I ran out of bounds trying something with the steering, and it didn't work out too good. So we're not going to ever do that again, and we're going to learn by our mistakes. So, and we'll see what happens the next time. But anyhow, run this order down, starting off with the first place on down. First place was Mr. Dan Savage with the Badass truck, as he calls it now. Used to be the old Three Bears truck. Still tough running truck to this day. Maybe an old school truck, but it's a hard truck to beat. But he brought home the win at 340.15. Second place, Mr. Michael Omps with the Green Machine. I think from what I'm told, there's a lot of new stuff in that truck. I mean, kind of went over that whole entire thing. No points, but I'm saying I think he ought to run points. That sucker is a running. He brought home the second place at 336.43. Kevin Abshire, awesome run for Kevin this weekend, brings home third place at 332.43 with the Gone AWOL Jeep. Fourth place was Mr. Wayne Tapscott with the Tasmanian Terror 2 at 330.94. Fifth place, this is a truck that's coming up. He is inching, and he's working and nitpicking at this thing, and it's making some strides. He had an awesome run. But John Dugan with the Damage Plan, 79 Ford with the Hemi motor in it at 328.38 for fifth place. Awesome job by the Damage Plan Ford. Sixth place was the Brian Cubbage, the After Midnight Chevy at 326.17. Timmy Varner coming in seventh place with Risky Business Chevrolet, 325.83. That's in eighth place, Mr. Jacob Kramer with the Supernatural Chevy at 321.98. 9, the other Cubbage, Brian Cubbage with the Bounty Hunter Chevy at 321.87. 10th place, Mr. Troy Nails with the Killing Time Chevy. Everybody knows it, 1949 Chevy. You can't miss the truck. 321.69. Nice, awesome run by him too. Smooth. He's got her figured out, and I think this is the first. This second pull of the season, but the first points pull after he did changes to the truck and got her figured out. So. Mr. Troy is going to he didn't get me the first time we went out, but he's whooping my butt now and from now on. So, good job, Troy, but you're killing me. So, it's to be expected. So, 11th place came in Linda Ziegler with the Iron Butterfly Chevrolet, the 320.54 feet. 12th place, Mr. Billy Kramer with the Contender Chevrolet, 320.40. 13th place, Mr. Aaron Smothers with the Money Hog Chevy, 320.30. Now, that's close right there. Let me run back there. 11, 12, and 13th. You had Linda, Billy, and Aaron. 320.54 was Linda. 320.40 was Billy. And Aaron at 320.30. I mean, that's stacking them right there. I mean, all of them, if they had a shootout, that'd be really cool. It'd be really neat to see it. But anyhow, 14th place, Mr. Glenn Dugan with the White Horse Ford 598 cubic inch at 309.85. 15, Mr. James Weicker with the Weicker Welding and Fabrication Chevrolet at 309.53. I'm not sure what happened to him. It seemed like he was on a good run and it just lost traction. I don't know. That's not usual. James is usually up there a little more, so kind of wondering what happened, and hopefully he gets it figured out. But 16th was Mr. Dennis Grove with the Mountain Mule Chevy at 164.48. I don't know what happened to that one. I don't know if it's something engine-wise or whatever, or if it was just hopping suspension. I know it was a hard track to drive for some of the trucks, but he had some issues there, and he shut it down. Seemed like he just shut it down, be safe, live to fight another day. So, good call on his, but tough break on that. I mean, he's usually a good runner. And, of course, 17th place, yours truly. Would have went pretty good. I ended up getting DQ'd. Like I said, I went out of bounds. But 257.62 is where Bill Grove flagged me. I still had some more to go. So the truck seems to be working, so we'll see what happens next time. Hopefully they don't screw up. So, we'll take our last place, go home, and try to rebuild. But anyhow, and I think it is the last class. Yep, last class is the Limited Pro Stock Semi class. We'll start bottom up on this one. In sixth place, Mr. Hank Oster with the Geronimo Kenworth at 40 feet .39. Again, I don't know what is going on with his truck this year, and it upsets me because when it runs, it's a good running truck. It sounded like the same thing, spitting fire, puking a little bit of oil, and just not spooling up, not doing nothing. I don't know what is going on with that truck. Sounded like the same thing from Fisherville happened again. And it's like, what in the heck? I mean, some diesels are just having a hard time this year, and it's killing me because, they normally run. So like I said, a tough break for him. He's going to get it. I hope he gets it and gets that sucker down the track. He's got to. So if he comes up, I don't know if he's coming up for the buck when they have the diesels of his classes running or not, but next time I see him, hopefully he gets that sucker fired up and gets her down the track. But anyhow, fifth place, Mr. Buster Adams with not a V8. It's a Mack. It's a distance of 236.86. Bringing home fourth place, Mr. John Rees with Diamond in the Rough, a Diamond T at 268.62. Now, the fellow there, Mr. John Rees he's at a Snowshoe, PA with the Diamond T. I was talking to him a little bit in the pits. I'll tell you what a cool guy. He's like the semi-version of me. We look around the shop. I mean, he was looking at my truck, I was looking at his truck. Really just one of them. I wouldn't say we're old school. We're just broke. So we look around the shop, be like, what the heck do I have around here where, I could build this out of it or build that out of it or fabricate this, fabricate that. Let me see what kind of junk I could cut up and make this out of it. And he does the same thing. It's so cool. If you ever see this truck, take a look at it. I mean, yeah, it may not be the prettiest, fanciest, smoothest truck, but it's a cool built, not bought, built truck. I mean, it is literally built in a small shop. It is really neat. And for being low on cubic inches, it doesn't do bad at all. So next time you see that old Diamond T, check that truck out. It's pretty cool. But anyway, third place, Mr. Albert Brown with back in black. I can never say that fast. Mac, everybody, if you follow him, you know the truck. He brought home the third spot with 283.87. Switch sheets here. I got too much paper on this desk. Too much crap on the desk, as a matter of fact. Bringing home second place, Mr. Leon Martin with the Inconvenience Freightliner at 331.87 feet. And taking home the win, Mr. Jeremy Greek at a Delta PA with the Pressure Time Peterbilt with the Cummins KTA 600 inner at 353.08. So congrats to all the winners. If my videos play, I got some winning polls for you. And I'll see if I could get my other sheets here so I can bother you with some more paperwork because, we're like Ross Perot here. Pretty soon I'm going to get charts, and we're just going to be like, bing, bing, bing. We'll really kill it. Drop my fan base big time. But let's see if these will play. I hope they do. I don't know. I had a little bit of trouble, so we're going to try it out right now.
Okay, he's going to bring her down through there. Whoa. All right, we're just waiting on the green light on the track, Jeff. All right, we got a green light on the track. Green light, let's about to rev them up.
that's called getting it done right there. I know if I ever put this on, if I ever get the radio thing set up and going, that part wouldn't play. I haven't figured out. Trying to figure out how to get the video noise to get through the mixer without creating echo, and I haven't figured that out yet. So as soon as we get there one day, we'll have it on the radio thing, but that part will be dead. There won't be anything. So anybody listening just to audio, that will not come through. Sorry about that. I will figure that out at some point, but we will get there down the road. But one thing I forgot to put up here, my little ticker, that way you guys would see it. But those were all the winning runs, all the winners of the night. I was everybody. It was Andrew Grove with the bad timing, Len Brookhart with the radio reactor, Mr. Dan Savage with the bad S, Mr. Davey Moore with the one more deer. I think I got that right. And then Mr. Jeremy Greek with the pressure time Peterbilt. So congrats to all the winners of this weekend. We'll see what we can do the next time around. Pretty soon. We got one coming up here soon down here on the ticker if you watch it across the bottom of the screen. Yeah, look at my phone. It is playing. The next event for the Super Stock Pro Stock tractors is in Selinsgrove, PA, Snyder County. I think it's Tractor Pullers or some of the sort, if I got that name right. It is down there. I should just wait and read it. But they're putting on an event this coming week. Actually, Friday night, they're putting on the event. I don't know what else they have going on. I didn't look it up. But that is the one East Coast class will be up there. And again, that is the Pro Stock, Super Stock tractors with Davey and Tara Moore. I don't know if Tommy's going to show up. The Martins, et cetera. They will all be up there. That is a points poll. Pretty sure it is. If I look correctly, I can verify that in a minute. And right after that, on the 10th, which is Saturday night, Buck Motorsports Park in Quarryville, PA. Anybody locally that's watching me knows the Buck Motorsports Park. All of our regular classes will be there that they usually run at the Buck. You got your Pro Stock, Super Stock tractors. I mean, they're going back-to-back one night with one night, so that's going to be awesome. I mean, they're going to be tired, but it's going to be awesome. Four-wheel drive mod pickups. The multi-engine modified tractors will be there. Len Brookhart, Phillip Jones, Courtney Robinson, all the whole lineup, basically what we went down tonight, minus a few maybe. And then also for the first time I get to see him at an event, I think. Or no, I'm sorry, Fisherville we had him. Finally coming back, and I love this class. The 466 Hot Farm tractors will be there Saturday night, so definitely check them out. It is an awesome class. They don't run a fancy cut tire. They don't have the big cubic inch, big turbochargers. Not a Pro Stock, Super Stock tractor by no means, but what a tight competitive class. Awesome guys in the class. I mean, they put on a show. It's a really good, I think Mr. Mike Walker, he helps he's a historian just like Jerry Richardson. He helps Jerry with the Eastern Extreme pulling stuff. At Keystone and things of that nature. Yeah, he's a bbig help in the sport. I mean, Mike is just a vast of knowledge on the history. And when I put my video up this week, he's like, you got that what do you call it, the white line fever, like Kurt Collins. I said, yeah, it's the Collins and Kosar show now. If we could keep our asses off the white line, we might get a good pull. So we'll see what we can both do. So hopefully Kurt makes it up there. Like, Kurt's a cool dude. Hopefully he could get up there. And I mean, everybody in that class is just cool. They were awesome. Fisherville. I'll say it again, spoke volumes of that 466 class, the way the other pullers were helping each other out. It was just really cool. So, I mean, it can't be anything different at the Buck. So, definitely check that out if you're in the area. Got a fly buzzing around here. Get away from me. But anyway, check out Buck Motorsports Park, Quarryville, PA. But remember, Friday night, if you're in the Selinsgrove, Pennsylvania area, the Snyder County Pullers are putting on the event where the Pro Stock, Super Stock tractors will be there. So if you're a fan of anybody in the Pro Stock, Super Stock tractors, check that event out. Look them up. I don't exactly know how to look them up, but more like go on the East Coast site. There's an easy way out. That's how I do it. Go to East Coast Pullers, LLC. Go up under schedule. You'll see there's contact numbers. There's the address. There is everything that you need for the whole entire season is underneath that schedule. There's results. There's the points. It's on there. So check out the East Coast Polars LLC online. That'll give you everything there. And then for a lot of picture, video, upcoming stuff, just like the quick stuff, the Facebook stuff, basically. Check out East Coast Polars on Facebook also. I try to post their stuff on my pages, either my personal page a little bit. I don't know. It's kind of a junk page. It's just it's the mothership of all the good stuff, if you want to call it good stuff. But I try to post a little bit of the stuff on the my Desperate Measures Pulling Team page, and also on the Spinnin N Grinnin page. I try to put it up as I could find the stuff and grab it between work and everything else. I try to post it. But if you don't see it, if you're looking at my stuff and you don't see it by chance, head on over to East Coast Polars pages on the online. Sooner or later, I'll get it out. Check them out online, and then check them out, on Facebook, and you could get information both ways. But anyhow, let's jump into real quick. I don't want to bore everybody to death here. Like I said, sooner or later I'll have somebody else on the show as soon as I give the guys their time, get them doing what they got to do, and get themselves settled in for the season. And then I'll start bugging some people. Right now, it's just in a Polars, in my mind's eye, I don't want to bother the guys right now. It's just. It's kind of a crunch time. They want to get their stuff figured out, so I want to leave them be, and then we'll start digging into it a little more, digging into the promoters a little bit more, hopefully. So we'll see how it goes. Anyhow, the points for the season. I'm going to run it down real quick for you. I got a lot of papers. For the East Coast Polars points, if I can get these things separated, I got a mess here. Good lordy lord. All right. What is this? The modified four-wheel drive, gas, alcohol trucks, whatever you want to call them. Sitting in first place of points right now is Mr. Wayne Tapscott, Tasmanian Terror. Then to Supernatural, the Kramer's Supernatural is in second. Risky Business is in third. Gone AWOL is in fourth. Bad S is in fifth. Weicker Welding Fabrication is in sixth. Iron Butterfly, 7. Contender, 8th. Killing Time, 9th. Mountain Mule, 10th. I think I got these numbers right. I didn't write it down. I should have jotted notes on these things. And then me last at the moment. Go figure. But anyhow, that's them. The Pro Stock, Super Stock class. Man, let me make a fool out of myself here. I can't get these pages separated. You have One More Deer. Davey Moore is sitting in first place. More Agitation with Tara Moore is sitting in second place. That Darn Deer, one of the Martins, Robert Martin, is sitting in third place. Kevin Windsor, the 6-shooter, he's sitting in fourth. John Deere Green, one of the Martins, is in fifth. Ammons with the Redline Harvester. I think Ammons is Redline. Now, let me take that back. I don't want to screw up. We'll just say Redline Harvester. That's sitting in sixth. Ultimate Harvester is seventh. Think Green is 8th. Dairy Deer is 9th. And Pumpkin Gone Wild is in 10th. There's a couple other ones on there, but they haven't showed up yet, so that's just a quick rundown there. Two-wheel drive trucks, they haven't ran yet, so we have no points on them. But they will be coming soon, so do not worry. All right, the East Coast Diesel-sponsored Pro Stock Diesel Pickup, four-wheel drives. Norman Newswanger with the Chapter 11 is still sitting in first place at the moment. Now, let me correct that. He is tied. I think we did have some other ties, but I didn't really dig into it. He's actually tied with Mr. Andrew Grove with the Bad Timing, so that is pretty cool right there. This Diesel, I never was a Diesel fan until this class. And I tell you what, they got me hooked on this thing. I mean, I'm into it, watching these guys. I mean, they're putting the power down, and I mean, they're right there with each other. It's cool as anything to watch. So if you want to follow a points thing, I mean, they're all good classes, but there's only a handful of them in here, but they just give it's just the way they jump around. It's so cool. Just bing, bing, back and forth all the time. But anyhow, Mr. Andrew Grove sitting in second place, while tied with, they're either tied first or second, however you want to look at it. But Mr. Andrew Grove sitting right underneath them. Mr. James Barter at the Barter Turbo Service, he's in third, not far off, 10 points behind. Living on the Edge comes in fourth, and Skeeter Control, Chris Mast is sitting in fifth. And like I said, they're not far off. I mean, Chris Mast is down at 130, and first place, well, the tie for first is 146. So, I mean, everything's within striking distance, so anything can happen. Dirty Deeds, he ran the one time in the points, and he's at 40 right now. He needs to keep coming back. He can make some good runs. He just needs to keep nipping it. He's like me. We're a little bit small in the class. I'm a lot small in the class, but yeah, there's a chance. You never know. You might nip at it, so why not try? And the out-of-control truck hasn't made any hooks yet or doesn't have any points acquired yet, so not sure on that one. I don't have any answers on that. But the modifieds, Radial Reactor with Len Brookhart, he's sitting in first with 2 wins back-to-back. McKenzie with the Never Satisfied, he's back-to-back second, 48 and 48, so he's sitting right there. Philip Jones, Attitude Adjuster, he's sitting in third. The Courtney Robinson with the Phony Farmer, sitting in fourth. Dave Decoux, I'm going to get it right one of these years, with Double Vision. He's sitting in, what did I say, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th place. So, kudos to him. He's hanging in there. The Phony Express is in 6th. Here's Hopin' is in 7th. Running Bear, 8th, and then Hot Damn on the end of the line. I didn't know she still had the tractor, so I hope she comes out. Let me make sure I got those numbers right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I did. I can do simple math. Isn't that amazing? Somebody send me a cookie. All right. Then we got Limited Pro Stock Semis. We'll do them real quick. Pressure Time is in the lead in the points with 2 wins. Back in Black is sitting in second. Geronimo is in third. Inconvenience is in fourth. Diamond in the Rough in fifth. Not a V8 in sixth. And then the Scrapper has no points as of yet. So we'll see when that truck pops up. The Hot Rod Semis that pulled at Boonesboro. Nikki's Nightmare with the win sitting in first. The Bad Addiction in second. Magnum Force sitting in third. Maximus Prime 1 sitting in fourth. Black Sheep 5th. Maximus Prime 2 6th. And Bad Attitude is in number 7. Make sure I got those numbers right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Boy, I'm on a roll. Ha! I'm getting smarter by the minute. Look at that, folks. And the Hot Farm Tractors, they ran one time so far. Addicted International is sitting in first place with his win. High Cotton in second. Well Armed in third. Packing Heat fourth. Cornfield Cadillac is in fifth. That's Mr. Kurt Collins, Mr. White Line Fever. I'm taking your name away, Kurt. But I lost track. 1, 2, 3, 5. Number 6 is the Buzzard Bait. 7 is Toxic. 8 is the Frustrated Farmer. And on down the list, you got Burning Daddy's Green, Burning Green 2. P. Richardson, no name on the tractor. Digging Deep and Family Affair has yet to hook and put points down. So we're waiting on them guys. Hopefully they show up at the buck and we can stir the pot a little bit. Because it's always fun to stir the pot. I'm a good pot stirrer. And I don't lick the spoon either. So anyhow, we could kind of close this off here at some point, but a couple events coming up. June 9th, which is Friday, I said the Selinsgrove, PA, with the Pro Stock, Super Stock tractors, East Coast class. That's coming up. I did not write the time down, did I? No, I didn't. So you're going to have to hit the East Coast website, look at the schedule. I screwed up there. My apology. But also, Mason-Dixon pulls. If you're a local puller, and you just want to pull your pickup truck, all DOT tire class, reason I'm not going, they have their pickup trucks. I don't know if they're doing a drag race or not. You have to check them out. Check them out on Facebook. Mason-Dixon Pulls. It'll pop right up there. You can check the schedule out, everything on there. I don't know it all off the top of my head. But they're up in Delta, PA, right on the Maryland, PA line. You could go, if you're coming from Quarryville, you take, I think that's 372 over to 74. If that's correct, it should be Delta Road, and they're right on there. Or you go like my way from like Conowingo, Maryland area, Route 1. You take 136, follow that all the way to Delta Road, hang the right, and it'll take you right there again. It's not a bad facility. I don't know if the track, they had some fresh dirt that somebody put on there just because they thought they were doing a favor, and it made it extremely loose last year, so I don't know if they did any changes yet. I'd really like to find out, but I'm not sure if I'm going to make it, depending if I get loaded up and get everything. I might take a ride up just to watch and then take a ride home just to see what it turned into. But we don't know yet. I still got work to do in the truck. I want to pick around on it tonight. If I stop yapping long enough, I might be able to do something. So, but Mason-Dixon pulls for local gas, local diesel. I think they're running everything up to 2.6, maybe a 3.0 truck. I'm not positive, but, local pull. So if you're just thinking your local pull, fair pull, brush pull, whatever you want to call it, that's what they're having up there. So if you got your local truck, hey, head on up. check it out. I mean, it's a good. I'm not going to say the track's going to hook the best. It may if they did something. I don't know, but it's always a good time up there. It gets a little. Be prepared for dew. For some reason, a dew always sets in up there, so it gets a little moist towards the end of the night. So can I say moist on the over the air? Moist, just to make somebody mad. So anyway, now far away from here. Also on the 9th is Mohawk Valley Pro Pullers up in Fonda, New York at 7 p.m. They're having their work stock gas diesel, 2.5 diesel, enhanced gas, street mod truck, 2.6 diesel, run what you brung, 3 classes of tractors, including the New York Hot Farm Pulling Series. So if anybody's familiar with the New York Hot Farm Pulling Series, they're going to be there. There is no membership to pull with them this year. I think they canceled. They had that membership thing, and they're like, look, this ain't working, because it kind of sheds people off because you're thinking, man, I need a membership to pull. Well, the hell with it. Well, now they took that, and they're like, they just opened the door. So if you're in that area, around that Fonda, New York area, there's a good pull for you. I mean, they have a good track. Ray Taluki from Pulling Radio Network, I asked him about it, when I was with them. I still talk to the guys. I mean, we don't hate each other. At least I don't think we do. But, I mean, it's one of the better tracks up there. I mean, Fonda's got a definitely good dirt. I think they're up there working on it this week. I think he had stuff on Facebook, and I'm like, what is he doing? Now it all makes sense. So definitely check it out. Local pull, like I said, work stock gas and diesel. Local pickups. Head on up. Good track, good pull. And I mean, Ray's not there to put on a shitty pull. I mean, he does his work. He puts a lot of effort, a lot of energy in it. All the guys, the whole Mohawk Valley Pullers. I don't know if Ray's actually working the track or not, but he's probably going to yap on the mic. So, definitely go up there, give him a hard time if you can. So if you're not pulling, bother him. Yeah, make them earn it. So check them out up there in Fonda, New York. Not sure where to look them up online, but Mohawk Valley Pro Pullers, you should be able to look them up on there and find everything out. If not, bother Ray. I mean, look, I'm putting you out there, Ray. So look up Ray Taluki. He'll shoot you in the right direction for the Fonda, New York pull this Friday. So definitely check them all out. But now Saturday the 10th, there's a little bit going on. All right, you got 7 p.m. Saturday night, you got Buck Motorsports Park, East Coast Pullers LLC. We covered that. It's on the ticker. You're watching that right down in the bottom. Also in Shippensburg, PA at 7 p.m. I think this is interstate by the sound of the classes. I don't know the interstate schedule. I probably should educate myself. I just don't have the time. Light limited turbo tractors, classic mod tractor, and then the 4,500 small block trucks are pulling in Shippensburg. Now, 4 classes. I don't know if they have any more or not. I don't know a lot about the event, so anybody out there that might be able to put in tidbit information or, send me a link to the post or something like that to where I could share it to let people know if somebody's listening and wants to, well, I got one person listening to me anymore, so that's probably me watching it. But anyhow, I don't know who out there knows more about the Shippensburg, PA pull. I'll try to look it up, but if you're out there, if you watch this show, if you hear something, send me a link. But that's happening Shippensburg, PA at 7 p.m. But if you're, like I said, it looks like interstate, so I'm thinking it's interstate. So if you want to watch that class, or come on out to the Buck Motorsports Park, East Coast Pullers is running there. There are 4 classes. Like I said, you got your multi-engine mod tractor, mod 4x4 truck, super stock, pro stock tractor, and a 466 hot farm class, all at the Buck Motorsports Park. Everybody knows Buck Motorsports Park. We could throw that up there so you don't have to look at me anymore. Right there. So you can look them up online and check them out and pick where you want to go, what you want to see. So I'm not going to force you into it, but we're creeping up here. We're almost about that hour thing. I try to keep the shows to an hour just so I don't bore the hell out of everybody, but unless we get real fancy and stupid and got some people on here that people actually want to listen to instead of me. But anyway, that's what went down this weekend. That's what's about ready to happen. So it's anybody's guess what's going to go on for points. Things are shaping up. Things are doing. Certain people are doing really good. Some people are struggling, but it's early, folks. I mean, there's a lot of season left to go. If you're an East Coast Pullers fan, definitely make your schedule available. June and July is pretty packed months. I mean, there is event after event after event after event. So if you like the East Coast Series, and you like the tractors, the trucks, anything you want to watch, you just like the classes that they have, what they have to offer, the shows and everything, check out their schedule. Like I said, East Coast Pullers LLC online on Facebook. Check them out. Give them a like, give them a share. Like I said, I try to share stuff too, so you can check my crap out. I mean, look up either Desperate Measures Pulling Team or can't even think. Wow, brain fart. Spinnin N Grinnin on Facebook. There we go. I think the wife is setting up Instagram. We're getting there, and the radio thing. We're putting it all together. It's just a lot of time. Again, early season. Why I don't have any. I try not to bother people that have guests on the show just because they're like me. I mean, I'm trying to do the show, trying to do this stuff and get it out, and I'm also trying to get the truck. I got videos I got to compress and chop up and do, so there's a lot of stuff. I mean, I got videos that are sitting back I need to get to, so I think I got Boone. I don't know if I put Boonesboro up yet or not. I got to check. I know I got Beast of the East. I think I did Boonesboro, but I got Beast of the East still to do. Poor guys are probably, I got a voodoo doll on me just stabbing the thing because I haven't done it yet. I'm getting there. And now I got Luray on top of that. So possibly, since it's not a long haul, I'm thinking maybe Sunday we're going to spend some time here in front of the computer, try to get that stuff done, get it posted up there on the YouTube page. I said Spinnin N Grinnin on YouTube. Little by little, it's growing, putting some videos up there. My interesting shows you get to watch of me sitting here alone and just yabba, yabba, blah, 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 and onto the microphone. You get to watch them whenever you want, if you want, and give me a thumbs up, thumbs down. I don't care, whatever you want to do. But that's where we stand there. So, like I said, folks, got some things coming up. The little ticker on the bottom gives you what's coming up pretty much locally, what's going on with the East Coast stuff, and that's all I know off the top of my head. So if anything else comes up, like I said, check out my page, Spinnin N Grinnin on Facebook. Also, check out for other things to look at. Check out Eastern Extreme Pulling for your videos, photos. I mean, he's got a lot of stuff on there. So check him out. Nostalgic, new, up-to-date, whatever you want. If you're looking for something, if you haven't seen the Keystone Nationals yet, he's got them on a 3 or 4 disc set. I think it's 4 disc set. I got the thing. I don't even know. But check out Jerry Richardson, Eastern Extreme Pulling. Check out for videos, photos. Like I said, he's got a lot of good stuff. Check him out. He follows the whole East Coast thing and then some. So he's got a lot of stuff. And if you're into the history of the sport, he's got a lot of stuff for the history too. So keep him in mind on that stuff. Also, if you're running a pulling truck, and we're going to go truck here. Got an itch. Because we have tractors don't really have a Reese style hitch. But if you're pulling any kind of a vehicle, gas truck or diesel truck that's got a Reese-style hitch, it's factory hitch, Reese insert, need a ring on the back of it. Check out Pedal to Metal. That's the word pedal, number 2, and then metal. Check him out on Facebook, Mr. Andy Schroeder. Check out his hitches. He makes them in different colors. I mean, I'm sure you can request something. He'll probably do it. He makes a flat hitch that comes out, the ring. And then he has one that he calls a ghost hitch. It's got an angle to it that kind of matches the angle of the sled, if your rules permit, if they allow you to run that. So check him out. Check his hitches out. He does other stuff too. So inquire, ask him what he does. I'm sure he can do just about anything. So, but the hitches is what he's doing for the sport of pulling right now. Check him out if you need one. I mean, they're adjustable within a half an inch. He's got a really slick setup. It's a 2-pin up and down the receiver, heavy built, solid steel. Check it out, Pedal to Metal on Facebook. I don't know if he's got a website. I never checked it out yet. He probably does, and I'm just too stupid to realize it. So definitely check him out. Check out Pedal to Metal and get your hitch if you need a hitch. Tell you, I've seen him in action. I've seen him up close. They're kind of a work of art, and he's got that blue one he's got a pretty color. So definitely check it out. But hopefully I'm not forgetting anybody. If I am, I apologize, and we'll make it up to you. So, but until next time, we're going to call this one good. I got to change my little button here before I forget, and I totally screw this up. We've had a good show. I've only screwed up a couple times. We're doing good. So, we're going to call it good before we screw up. So, until next time, we're going to give this one, if I can find my right call. There we go. We're going to call it Happy Pulling, Happy Building, and Hook Safe from Spinnin N Grinnin. See ya.